Hello chess lovers, I have an interesting game for you played by Magnus Carlsen against play Magnus Op h10. Let's see how the game went on. Carlsen started with d4 and knight f6 by Magnus Op, and here Carlsen played g4, a very aggressive move, going for a gambit. This opening is known as Bronstein's Gambit, or sometimes it is also called Gibbins-Weidenhagen Gambit. The idea is that white is sacrificing a pawn, luring away this knight and then grabbing the initiative in the center of the board. d5, e5, bishop f5, bishop d3, bishop takes d3, queen takes d3, c5, h3, knight h6, bishop takes h6, g takes h6, doubling the pawns on h file, knight f3, knight d7, e6, sacrificing a pawn in order to double black pawns on e file and then target them, h5, queen e2. Now white is targeting the pawn on e6, but here comes a strong response by black, queen b6, both protecting the pawn on e6 and also targeting the pawn on b2. Knight g5, black castles queenside, knight b5. Well, queen b5 looks better, but Carlsen decided not to go for queen exchanges. As you have already noticed, he was playing very aggressively and he played knight b5, a6, and instead of moving away his knight, he simply played a4, rook e8. Well, capturing on b5 is also playable. We see rook e8 by Magnus Op, knight takes e6, and only then black captures on b5. A takes b5, white is sacrificing a pawn in order to open up this a file and penetrate black's camp with the rook. C takes d4, rook g1, bishop h6, the bishop is occupying this important diagonal. Rook a8 check, but black's position is very solid, simply knight b8. Queen e5, queen d6, black wants to exchange the queens and simplify the position. Black is a piece up. Queen f5, trying to create some discovered checks, but here comes rook g8, rook takes g8, rook takes g8, b6, and queen b4. We see this dangerous check. King f1 and now queen b5 check, and Carlsen is forced to play queen d3. Otherwise, if a move like king e1, then white king can get checkmated. We see queen d3, queen takes d3, c takes d3, and this is an easy win for black. Let's see how Magnus Op realized his advantage. e6, knight g7, h4, rook a4, king d7, rook g4, bishop f6, knight h5, bishop d8, rook g7 check, king d6, rook takes h7, knight c6 developing the knight, knight f4, rook takes b2, rook h6. Carlsen blundered this move, and here comes bishop g5, and it turns out that white is also losing another piece. And after rook takes e6 check, king d7, Carlsen resigned because one of these pieces will be lost as well. We can see that even play Magnus Op h10 can be a real danger for grandmasters. Your comments please, and thanks for watching. Good luck.